Oh, good afternoon. It is Tuesday, May 6th, and this is Jenny Fetz, and I will be just checking real quick to see if I'm showing up live on my Facebook page right now so I can see comments. Yes, there I am live. Great. So I will be getting started in just a minute. Actually, it's 4 o'clock on the dot, so let's just go ahead and get started. Welcome to Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. My name is Jenny Fetz, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator in East Contra Costa County, which is just east of Oakland and San Francisco. Sorry, drew a blank there. It's been a busy. Well, it's been busy and I've been sick with a cold, so it's been sort of crazy. And we're at the end of the school year too, so we're wrapping a lot of things up. Hey, Tammy, welcome. So it's been a little crazy, so if I stop to think, it's because I may have a little brain fog, but I'm excited to share with you the annual catalog. We've had the ability to look at it for a little over a month now, but we're finally able to open it up and share it with you guys. So I want to share a couple of fun things with you in the catalog, and then I'll go ahead and get started. I am feeling a lot better. It's still lingering, but I almost feel normal. I'm like 98% there, 95% there. So yeah, so I'm doing a lot better than I was this last weekend. We'll put it that way. So anyway, I'm excited to share this with you. There's some fun things in here. Last year, I know a lot of people were struggling to find things, and Stampin' Up! Listened to us. It's great. Let me show you. They have put all our DSP in the same area and laid it out like they did before. They've done it before. So if you are looking for some of our pattern paper, you can go straight to page 116, 117. And they show you, this is all our new designer series paper in the different color families, which is really fun. I can't wait. I just placed my order today because this wasn't on our pre-orders. So I placed my order today for some of this fun stuff. And they've also got all of our embellishments together again towards the back of the page, or the catalog in page 124 and 125. So it's really fun that they've done that. They've gone back and done that. So let me show you a couple of more highlights that I have here. As you know, they have done, last year they introduced putting card layouts in our catalog. And this year, not only did they card layouts, but check this out. They have done scrapbooking page layouts, which is really cool. Matter of fact, these are some of the inspirations that Tammy and I will be using along with Patty in our Stampin' trio to continue our Stampin' Up! Trio, not Stampin' Trio, scrapbooking trio. Oh, I told you, the cold is getting to me, or I'm recovering or whatever, but it's also the end of the school year, and that's another whole story. But our scrapbooking trio, we're going to be using these and some themes to come to you once a month at the end of the month during Teach It Tuesday to share with you some scrapbooking inspiration. They have also put all of our suites together, and there's some great suites. This one's a real pretty one, Florals in Bloom. It's got some great, our in colors. There's a lot of the in colors are in this one, and they've got in cover pearls, and there's some great stamp sets and dies and designer series paper with this. And then there's also the pearls. I don't believe this suite has any ribbon that comes with it, or sometimes they come with embossing folders, but it doesn't look like it. So then we've got these are just, wow, they've got several pages for this one. It's really pretty what you can do with this this stamping set and the embossing folder. The pretty florals. It's got some great stuff to it. Then if you love turtles, there's a turtle set, which is really cute. Great for kids. This is another beautiful one, the Beautiful Gallery. This one actually I think is geared towards, not only can you do cards and scrapbooks but it's perfect for doing home decor. So if you like using our pattern paper for home decor, this has got a lot of it. You can see where they've actually cut it out and put it in frames to use and create home decor, which is so pretty. And they've got some great items in this suite. This is the suite that I've ordered. I can't wait to get it. It's called Kintsugi, and it's a Japanese philosophy of taking what's broken and giving it new life, and finding the beauty in things that are broken. And so this is what that philosophy is all about. And so there's a lot of beautiful blues. I think that's what drew me to it, is the blues and the pastels, the petal pink and the misty moonlight, and then our cloud cover. And I've got some exciting news about cloud cover and a tip that I learned from my friend Patty and what I'm going to do for cloud cover. So it's got some beautiful colors to it. And then you've got this great boho vibes, which is growing on me because it's very earthy colors. And then we've got scrapbooking, a lot of scrapbooking in here, everything else. So anyway, I've got 2 pages here that's dedicated to all their 2-tone papers. So I love those. They're white core, so they make great for ripping and other fun techniques. So anyway, if you want to, and you don't have a demo, go ahead and message me and leave a message either on my YouTube channel when you see the replay of this, or on Facebook, or even on my blog, and I will get a catalog to you as soon as possible. So we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and get started on our card. Our card today uses, everything is from the new catalog, with the exception of one thing. I'm using the everyday arch dies just because I love them and I love what I can do with them. But I will be using the stamp set called The Right Words, which is beautiful. I've used this actually. Unfortunately, I've had to do a couple of sympathy cards in the last couple of weeks, and this has got a beautiful sign that says "Forever Loved, Forever Remembered." So I use that in my sympathy cards, but I'm going to be using Thinking of You a lot, along with this Florals in Bloom designer series paper, which is actually, I believe, part of the suite. Let me see. I believe that's part of this suite here. I believe that's a part of this suite. Yes, it's the Florals in Bloom suite. So we're going to be using this designer series paper. I'll show it to you live in just a minute. And then I'm using the In Colors. You used the same one this morning, Tammy. You know what? Same brain. I tell you, that's awesome. I don't mind sharing a brain with you, or not sharing, but I like having the same brain as you. You know what I mean. But anyway, I'm going to be using our In Colors of Cloud Cover and Secret Sea, and then a little bit of Timid Tiger we're going to throw in there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you the card we're going to do. This is a fun card, and I'm going to make this one using our Everyday Arches. We're going to use our pearls, In Color pearls with Timid Tiger, and go forth. I'm going to show you, let me show you the designer series paper first. These are the A-sides for that Florals in Bloom, and there's just some beautiful florals in here. I love these colors, but I love the cloud cover and the summer splash and the Secret Sea. And this is like a mix of the Timid Tiger and peach pineapple. Oh my word, peach pie. But I love the colors in here. So these are really pretty. Matter of fact, I probably will be using these for my Mother's Day cards this week. I have to get those done in the mail. So those Florals in Bloom. I was going to, I'll tell you really quickly, I'll give you the hint after I do the card. All right, let's go ahead and make the card. I am using a 11 by 4 1/4 piece of cloud cover, scored at 5 1/2, and I scored it, and I'm going to burnish it. I tell you, words are difficult today. So we'll burnish that. And then we're going to use, for the inside, a 4 by 5¼ piece of basic white. And this is a piece of cloud cover, and it is approximately 4¼ by, I believe it's 1½. Yeah, or 1¾ It's actually 1¾ And then we're using Secret Sea. I tell you, words are difficult. And this is going to be 4¼ by 5½. And then I used a 6 by 6 piece of paper. And what you're going to see is that I've already die cut everything out, but I'm leaving them attached so you can see how I made the choices and why I made the choices that I made. I cut my 12 by 12 paper down into 6 by 6. Switch to your computer so you can comment. Love this card. Thank you, Patty. So let me show you what I'm going to do. What I did is I left these attached. I've already run them through the die machine, like I said. But I wanted to show you how I picked out. I used this arch and I just moved it around to find the flowers that I wanted to use. And I wanted to include more of the peach pie and timid tiger and a little bit of the summer splash, just because then it would pop off of the Secret Sea cardstock. So I went ahead and cut that. And I used these little fun post-it tags. So there's the flowers we're going to be using. And what I'm going to do in just a minute is I'm going to use this side so I don't lose any paper or waste any paper. I'm going to use that for the inside piece of my my card, to embellish my card. And I cut this out as well with my arch. All right, I'll take this off and put it aside. Put the arch over here. And then I want to show you this. What I've done to make the most of my paper is I chose, even though this isn't actually the size that you need for, you could probably go a little bit smaller if you just wanted to die cut out the arch to use, but I figured I'd let it do double duty. So I made this sure that this was the size of a panel of 5¼ by, 5¼ by 4, 5½ by 4¼ I need to go. I was going to say I need to go home. I am home. Oh my goodness. School year's almost over. I promise things will get better after the school year's over. But anyway, what I did is I made sure I centered it, because to die cut it that way, when I take it out to use the arch with this card, I will always have this panel. If we take it off carefully, I will have this panel that I can use for any other card, and I can run it through an embossing folder to give it some, well, yeah, I need to go home. The embossing folder to create some texture to it, and I can use it for another card. So I'm going to set it off to the side to use for another card. And what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and attach this here. We're going to center the smaller arch with the beautiful flowers on it to the center of our bigger arch. Now there is an arch to cut out in between these two sizes, but I wanted a nice frame of the Secret Sea. I didn't want it to be a really small mat. I wanted to thin mat. I wanted to have a nice thick frame around it. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and take our stamps, and we're going to stamp in Secret Sea, the two sayings, or the first saying, which is thinking of you. And this comes from the Right Words stamp set, thinking of you. And then we're going to use a lot. I love this script. So let's go ahead and stamp the inside of that. Love new ink pads because they're usually very juicy and it doesn't take much to get ink on them. And we're going to just stamp right in the middle. There we go. We'll set that aside, and I'm going to attach this right about here. Let's see. Yep, right about there. So let's go ahead and put some glue on there. I hope everybody's having a good day. I know here we're finally starting to get some heat, so it's starting to feel like summer. And actually, we're going to be getting more heat and than we're used to in the front of our house, because the tree that we usually have that blocks or shades our front yard and our front of our house suddenly blew down yesterday. We had really strong winds, and something about the wind just snapped it, just blew the right way. I came home from work and was around the corner and came around the corner and thought, whose tree's in the yard? And I found out, well, it was my tree. So yeah, that was a crazy, crazy day. So we're going to set this aside. And what we're going to do now is, I was looking at this and I tried a couple different things, embossing folders, just putting this on here. I don't like, it's a personal preference. I don't like how flat this looks. It just sort of seems boring to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of one of my graph papers, and I'm going to use a little Secret C. Did you really, Tammy? I haven't had a chance to watch it. That's too funny. But that's, yeah, same brain, Tammy. But I'm going to tap a little bit. This pad is really juicy, so I'm not going to take much on there because I think there's still some on my brush. But we're going to tap it off and do some rubbing. And I'm just going to blend a little bit around the edges just to give it, you can see a little bit of depth. And then we're going to just put it right around the, I mean, it's ever so slight. Some areas are a little bit darker than others, but I just liked it because it gives it a little more depth. And I don't have to do the whole page because this is going to be covering the center. So I'm just going around the outside. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to put this on here. And I think what I did, you know what? I want to add a little more to that. Let's put a little more. We're going to put a little more pressure on here, a little more ink along the edges. Let's see. There we go. Oh, much better. All right, and I'm going to use my foam adhesive sheets. I haven't pulled these out in a while. I'm going to cut a couple pretty big ones just to go along the edge to really pop it up and to keep it from caving in. So we'll do a couple of long ones right here and right here. All right. This is what's nice about these foam adhesive sheets. I can't even tell you how many dimensionals it would take to do this. It would be a lot. And it looks like I might need to trim just a little bit off. There we go. Just trim off the corner to the side. All right, let's go ahead and put these on. Put this on, center it. This is such a simple card. It's funny as I'm doing this and I'm like, wow, wait a minute, I'm almost done making it. And I feel like I may have forgotten something because it seems, it's so simple to put together. Hey, Anne, welcome. Why is it hard to remember it's Tuesday? I don't know. It's hard for me to remember what day of the week it is too, to be perfectly honest, Anne. It's one of those things. So let's go ahead and we'll do the inside. Like I said, I was going to cut, I'm going to make use of this edge here with my trimmer so I don't waste any paper and make a, so we're going to do about, I think it's a quarter of an inch edge. And I'm just going to glue that right on the edge here. Yes, sometimes simple is the best. And I'm going to be honest with you, being sick like I have these last few days, because I woke up Thursday morning sick as a dog, went in and worked in the classroom for a little bit, or taught a little bit, not really taught. We're in the middle of state testing, so we actually only had like a couple of our grade levels come in for intervention work because the others were testing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going home at 11:30 and I'm just curling up, and I curled up with some orange juice and I took a nap and good old Theraflu and did that for a few days. I went to work on Friday, but took it easy. And then this weekend I took it easy and I'm feeling much better now. But it's one of those things. Because of that, I have found sometimes it's hard to create. That's where I was going with this. There we go. Let's stamp. We're going to stamp a lot in the middle of the page here. But, oh, I think, let me show you. I'm going to stamp off a little bit. Like I said, my Secret C is very juicy, and I didn't want it to bang on. Let's go ahead and center. There we go. I love it a lot. And let me show you, I actually used the card layouts that they have on page 24 just as a general inspiration for this. And I'll finish it up. But I used this card layout, and that's one of those things that when I'm sick or if I've got a lot going on and my creative juices aren't going, I love going to these card layouts. Let me see. I just realized you guys probably can't see. There we go. It's this one right here. But those card layouts, templates work perfect for times when my brain just isn't functioning the way it should, which was this whole last weekend. So anyway, but there we go. Let's put this in, and then we'll embellish it, and we're done with this. We let the designer series paper and the dies do all the heavy lifting on this card, which is really fun. So, and I love, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big orange person, but I love the pearl essence that these, the flat pearls have. And I love the coloring of this timid tiger with the iridescent-y look to it. So where's my take a pick tool? I'm going to add a few of these to it. We're going to add these pearls. I'm going to add one right about here. I'm going to add another one. You know what? I'm going to add this one down here just so it pops off the flower. And then I'm going to do a medium-sized one at the top and create that triangle look. So there you go. Card layout prize patrol challenge was so great. You know, I wish I'd participated this time, Anne, but school has kept me so busy, work has kept me so busy that I haven't been able to do much other than just a couple of necessities and everything else. So I'm looking forward to the school year ending and being able to get back in. Actually, I got to clean out my craft area first and then get into crafting again. But there we go. There is our card using the new three of the new in colors, Timid Tiger, Secret Sea, and Cloud Cover, as well as the new Blossoms in Full, I think is the name of the designer series paper. And we made our very simple Thinking of You card. So there you go. That's what we have. Like I said, my desk is a little crazy right now. I don't see my paper that I usually show you that has my my blog on it, so I will get this out and write it for you guys. But I was going to share with you a tip. The cloud cover, as most of you may have heard, the cloud cover ink pad, there was some issues with quality issues so they didn't want to put it out there for people to order and have issues with it. And so they've been working with it, and they've discovered that it is an issue with the ink and the ink pad, the foam pad. And the cool thing is, when it was brought to our attention and shared with us by my friend Patty, is that if you know about our stamp spots, our ink spots, they are not foam, they are felt. And so if you can get the blank or uninked ink spots and the cloud cover ink refills, you can create your own, albeit they're small, your own in color cloud cover ink pad. Sorry, I am bumbling all my words today, which is what I did. I had these from before, and I ordered my refill so that I can start stamping with cloud cover and working with this color in ink, and I'm so excited to it. But let me go ahead and share with you. You can find all the dimensions and everything that you need to know for this card at www.stampin with two N's with Jenn.com, and it's Stampin' with two N's, Jenn with two N's. And not only will you find this here, there will be a link there to my friend Tammy, who did a beautiful card this morning. And I can't wait to watch it and see exactly how she put it together. I've seen the card, but I haven't seen how she put it together, so I can't wait to watch it. And apparently you will notice that there's some similarities because Tammy and I often have the same brain when it comes to stamping and making cards. So anyway, thank you for joining me. It has been a wonderful day, a wonderful afternoon with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys here next week on Tuesday. I can't remember what Tammy and I are doing, but you keep an eye out and we will be sharing that with you. So have a great day. Thank you so much for everybody. I'm glad you love the card. Check out the blog for the details. And again, if you don't have a demonstrator and you would love a catalog, reach out to me, leave me a comment, and I will get one to you as soon as possible. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye, everybody.